And I'm going to play one of my harmonica songs for you. Now, you may also be wondering, are we supposed to applaud after every song? Every song! Every single solitary song, all right? Now, I've been here before, but not in a while, so you may not know me. And I know that people who don't know me very often have questions for me. These are normally the questions. Question number 1, who are you? Me. Jeff Dershin. Question number 2, where are you from? Well, I live in Newtown, PA, if you've ever heard of Newtown, PA. But I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, which is why I have a New York accent. And question number 3, what are you going to do? You know, play the piano, that's what I do. Now, I actually have a question for you. I have a question for you before we get started. My question is this. Did anybody here tonight bring with them, by any chance, a barrel of money? Did anybody bring a barrel of money? No? No. Are you telling me that not one person here brought a barrel of money? Well, you know what? That reminds me of a song. Oh, we ain't got a barrel of money. Maybe we're ragged and but we'll travel along, singing a song, side by side. We don't know what's coming tomorrow. Maybe it's trouble and sorrow, but we'll travel the road, sharing our load, side by side. Through all kinds of weather, what if the sky should fall? Just as long as we're together, well, yeah. Whenever all had their quarrel and parted, we'll be the same as we started, traveling along, singing a song, side by side. Side by doodly-doo, side by side. And that's us, traveling along singing a song. You know, I did want to ask you about one other thing. This is an opinion question. Singing along, yes or no? Yes. Yes, right? If you want to sing along, sing along. If you don't want to sing along, you don't have to sing along. Now, here's another question, a follow-up question on that. What about if you want to sing along, right? But you don't know all the words. Can you still sing along? Yes. When you get to the part you don't know, la, 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 right? All right. Now, here's a more touchy type of question. What about if you want to sing along, but you are aware that you were not one of these people who was blessed with a beautiful voice? Can you still sing along? Yes. Yes, you sing along with me, okay? We're going to be together for a little while. Let's have some fun, all right? And I'm going to play a wide variety of music. Some songs will be old, some songs will be new. Some of the songs will be old tunes, and I kind of work my way up through the years, you know what I mean? So I'm going to start off with a song for you that is a song from before your time, okay? This is a song that you may not know. Maybe your mom and dad might know this song. This is an old song. Let's see. I wonder if you will know this song. Let's test your musical knowledge. I'll be loving you with a love that's true always. When the things you've planned need a helping hand, I will understand always, always. Days may not be fair. Let me hear you. That's when I'll be there. Not for just an hour, not for just a day, not for just a year, but always. Yeah, it's a pretty tune. So how many of you knew that song, Always? Yeah. And guess what? Guess how old that song is? Take a wild guess. 90 years old. 90 years old. In fact, 92. But you know what? Is it still a good song? Yes. And these songs are, it doesn't matter how old they are. You know, to me, I feel, I call these songs with no expiration date. You know what an expiration date is, like on a container of milk? These are songs with no expiration date. They were great 90 years ago, they're still great today. And to me, 90 years from now, guess what? They will still be great. All right, now that was a song by one of our wonderful American songwriters, a man by the name of Irving Berlin is correct. And Irving Berlin wrote a lot of good songs. And I'm going to do one more of his songs, and I'm just going to say this next song is a little more modern and up to date, because that last song was from 1927, and this next song is from 1928. Blue skies smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song, nothing but blue skies all day long. Never saw the sun, what? Never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my, how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my, how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Irving Berlin, music from the 20s. If I said the name George M. Cohen, would you know who I was talking about?
Yes.
Somebody's calling me on the phone. All right, George M. Cohen, sing period. I'm going to do a George M. Cohen song for you. Give my regards to, remember me to Herald Square. Tell all the saying on 42nd Street that I will soon be there. Whisper of how I'm yearning to mingle with the old-time throng. Give my regards to old Broadway and say that I'll be there ere long. For I'm a Yankee Doodle, Yankee Doodle, do or die. A real live nephew of mine, born on the 4th of July. I've got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart, she's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle came to London just to ride the ponies. I am that Yankee Doodle boy. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of what? The home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true under red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brag. But should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on that grand old flag. Music from the great George M Cohen. In fact, you know, that reminds me when I did Grand Old Flag. Isn't Veterans Day coming up soon? Let's do a couple of Veterans Day songs. Should I do some of the Armed Forces tunes? Yeah, I'll do one or two. Which branch of the service should we sing about?
Army.
The Army. What's the Army song? When the caissons go rolling along. I'll tell you what, if you can tell me what a caisson is, I'll do it. What's a caisson? Anybody know?
I don't.
I'll tell you what it is. That song, by the way, which is now the official Army song for the branch of the service called the Army, was originally not the Army song. It was originally the theme song for a branch of the Army called the Field Artillery. Now, field artillery means like a cannon that's on wheels. Can you picture a cannon on wheels, and they drag it around the battlefield and then they shoot it, right? And what these field pieces shoot are shells, like big giant bullets, like this big that weigh a ton, right? And those shells are put in wooden boxes, and they're dragged around after the cannon on like a two-wheeled cart pulled by a mule. This is like World War I, right? That's when the song was written. And this two-wheeled cart pulled by a mule carrying boxes of ammunition is called what? A caisson, right? And that's what a caisson is. Over hill, over dale, we will hit the dusty trail as the caissons go rolling along. Counter march right about, hear those wagon soldiers shout, and the caissons go rolling along. For it's hi, hi, he in the field artillery. Shout out your numbers loud and strong, and where'er we go, you will always know that the caissons go rolling along. That the caissons go rolling along. One other song. Let's do the Marine Hymn. The Marine Hymn. What's the Marine Hymn?
From the halls of Montezuma.
From the halls of Montezuma. Right, that one, right?
Yeah.
Now, that. Yeah. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. Now, that song, that's called the Marine's Hymn. It's the Marines theme song. And where did that song come from? Well, I think this is an interesting song. They needed a theme song for the Marines, you know? And it ended up being from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. We will fight our country's battles on the land and on the sea. But where does the song come from? Where does the song come from? The song comes from a melody by a French composer named Jacques Offenbach. Did you ever hear Jacques Offenbach? Jacques Offenbach was a French composer in the 19th century, and most famously to us Americans, he wrote this. Does that sound familiar? Anybody know what it is? The can-can. The can-can. You know the girls, they dance where they hold up their skirts and they dance the can-can? That's Jacques Offenbach. And he was a kind of a, for his day in the middle 1800s, he would be like, maybe like a Broadway composer like Rodgers and Hammerstein or something like that, you know, a composer of popular entertainment. And he wrote a musical piece that the main characters, or two of the main characters, were soldiers. And in the middle of the operetta, these two soldiers, one's tall, one's short. One has a deep voice and one has a high voice. They sing this duet called the Soldiers Duet, or maybe the Officers Duet. The Officers Duet. So, I think it was 1857. So this is the melody by Jacques Offenbach that we use for the Marines. And this was from 1857, the Officers Duet. First we fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marine. Thank you, Jacques Offenbach. He gave us the Marines hymn and the can-can. Could we possibly ask for more? No, that's it. All right. Anyway, these are old songs that I was playing for you now, back in the 20s. I want to just move the clock ahead a little bit, do a little something from the 30s, okay? If I say Al Jolson, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's an Al Jolson song. Which one should I do? When the red, red robin comes bobbing along, there'll be no more sobbing when he starts throbbing his old sweet song. Wake up, you sleepyhead, get up, get out of bed, cheer up, the sun is red, live, love, laugh and be happy. Did you know that song?
Yeah.
How about this one? Though April showers may come your way, they bring what? That bloom in May. So if it's raining, have no regrets, because it isn't raining rain, you know it's raining what? And when you see clouds up on that hill, you soon will see crowds of what? Of daffodils. So keep on looking for a bluebird and listening for his song. Whenever April showers come Al Jolson. Any other Al Jolson song we should do? Ooh. That's not a Jolson song, but it's a great song. Did you hear what he was just singing? He must know something, but he don't say nothing. He just keeps rolling. He keeps on rolling along. What is that song from, Old Man River? Anybody know? Where's that song from? Showboat. Did you ever hear Showboat? Yeah, Showboat. It was written by Jerome Kern. Jerome Kern, and the words were written by Oscar Hammerstein, who went on to write Richard Rodgers. And that song was made famous by a great African-American baritone. Do you know what his name was? Paul Robeson. Right. And now he's a street in Princeton now. You and me, we sweat and strain, bodies all aching and racked with pain. Tote that barge, lift that bale, you get a little drunk and you land in jail. I get weary and sick of trying, I'm tired of living, but scared of dying. But old that river, it just keeps rolling along. Thank you for requesting that song. That's a great tune. Where was I? Oh yeah, we'll do some music from the 1930s. Here's another one from the 1930s. Did you ever hear of an entertainer by the name of Fats Waller? Did you ever hear that name? Yeah. You heard of Fats Waller, right? So Fats Waller had a lot of good songs, and here's a good one. See if you know this one. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself and make believe it came from home. I'm gonna write words oh so sweet, they're gonna knock me off my feet. A lot of kisses on the bottom, I'll be glad I got 'em. I'm gonna smile and say, I hope you're feeling, and close with love the way you do. Sit right down and write myself a letter, make believe it came from you. Oh yeah, I'll make believe it came from you. The great Fats Waller. Here's another one. Be sure it's true when you say what? It's a sin to tell. Millions of hearts have been broken just because these three little words were spoken. I love you, yes I do. I love you. If you break my heart, I'll die. So be sure it's true when you say I love you. It's a sin to tell. Oh yes it is. It's a sin to tell. Lie. A-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Hey, do we have any classical music buffs here tonight? Any classical music fans? No. All right, we'll skip that. How about Broadway shows? You like Broadway shows? All right. Tell you what. I'm going to play a song from a Broadway show, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. This will be like name that tune, all right? I'll just say it's a good song from a famous Broadway show. Not that one. Anybody know what it is?
South Pacific.
It is South Pacific. What's the name of the song?
I'm gonna wash that man out of my hair.
Written by who? Rogers and? Yeah. Hey, you guys are pretty good. All right. I'll tell you what. I'm going to do another song from South Pacific. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'll just play a little of the melody. See if you can tell me, all right? It's the name of the island they were on. Anybody? Yeah. Now, I'll do one more song from South Pacific. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about this song. When they put South Pacific on Broadway, they did something a little different than normal. In a Broadway show, I would say 9 times out of 10, the male lead is a young fellow with a high-pitched voice. Which in music we say a tenor. He's a tenor. A tenor is like John Raitt, one of those guys with the big strong voice, but it's a high-pitched voice. But when they put on South Pacific, they said, we don't want a guy with a high-pitched voice. We want a man with a deep, manly voice, because they wanted an older man, and they needed the man with the deep, manly voice to sing this song. I'll just play it for you. Does that song sound familiar? Some Enchanted Evening. Who was the man with the manly voice? Ezio Pinza. Did you ever hear that name, Ezio Pinza? And Ezio Pinza, he was an opera singer. He was actually an opera singer. When he had that deep, manly voice, which was so great. Now, I can't sing like Ezio Pinza, but you know what? I'll just play a little of the song because it's such a pretty song. Song it goes like this. Listen. Once you have found her, once you have found her, never let her go. That was the great Ezio Pinza. Now, That was some Enchanted Evening, yeah. That was some night. Now, I'll tell you what. We have about another 15 or 20 minutes. I want to do some music for you from the movies. Because I'm a big movie buff, you know? And I love the music that's in the movies. So, I'll do a few songs from the movies. Some of them I'll play and some I'll sing. And the first one, I'll tell you what, it's just an instrumental. I'm going to play it and see if you can tell me what it is, all right? Sounds familiar, right? Anybody know what it is?
Edelweiss.
It wasn't Edelweiss and it wasn't Some Enchanted Evening. It was the theme from a movie called Dr. Zhivago. Whoever heard of Dr. Zhivago? Did you remember that picture of Dr. Zhivago? The main guy was... who was the main guy?
Omar Sharif.
Omar Sharif. Omar Sharif, Dr. Zhivago. All right, here's my second harmonica song.
You have to pardon any mistakes. I'm not really a harmonica player. You know. I tried it a little before. Moon River. Moon River. And what was the picture? Anybody know?
Breakfast at Tiffanys.
Ooh,
Very good.
very good. Breakfast at Tiffanys. Who was the pretty girl?
Audrey
Oh, you do know your movies. So this is a true story. I think it's a funny story. I was doing my show. I was at this point up to the show, and I said, "Who was the girl, the main character of Breakfast at Tiffanys?" The correct answer is Audrey Hepburn. So this one lady raises her hand. She says, "You know, Audrey Hepburn was flat-chested." So I didn't know what to say. So I just said, "Thank you, thank you." Anyway, that was a great movie, Breakfast at Tiffanys. And right now, I'd like to do the theme from an old picture. The melody will probably sound familiar, but it's an old movie, so you might have to put on your thinking caps, okay? And here's the melody. Da-da-da-dee. Da-da-da-dee. What is it? Oh, good for you. Gone with the Wind. And Gone with the Wind was a picture about the Civil War. And the main guy, the good-looking guy with the mustache, what's his name? Clark Gable. The pretty girl, Vivian Leigh. Anyway, at the end of the picture, Clark Gable says to Vivian Lee like this. He says, "Frankly, my dear."
I don't give a damn.
Did he really say that? He did. You know, I don't think you were allowed to say damn in the movies in those days, you know? But to me, you know why I think they let him say it?
Darn.
Clark Gable. You know, like the biggest star. So Clark Gable, and he said damn in the movies. Now, the same year as Gone with the Wind, same year, there was a children's movie. And this, I'm going to play now the theme from the children's movie. See if you know this. What's the song? What was the movie?
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. Who was the little girl?
Judy Garland.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know your movies. Okay. So Judy Garland, and in this movie, she's trying to go see the Wizard of Oz because I don't know if you remember in the beginning of the movie, there's a big, it's like a big storm, and everything gets ripped up, and she lands in the land of Oz, and they said, "Go see the Wizard of Oz, and he will help you to get home." So she's going to go see the Wizard of Oz, and on her way to see the Wizard of Oz, she makes 3 friends. They're not people, but they're like people. Do you remember any of her friends? The Tin Man, yeah, who else? The Scarecrow and the Lion. And they all want to go see the Wizard too, because they all want something. You know what I mean? Like the Tin Man, he wanted a heart. And the Lion, he wanted courage. And the Scarecrow, what did he want? A brain. So it is a true story. So I was doing my show, and I was at this point in the show. I pointed to my head, and I said, "What did the Scarecrow want?" And so a lady said, "Hair." Not hair, a brain. A brain. And he has his own song, which goes like this. I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. And my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching if I could tell you why the ocean's near the shore. I'd think of things I'd never thought before, and then I'd sit and think some more. I would not be just a nothing, my head all full of stuffing, my heart all full of pain. I would dance and be merry, life would be a ding-a-dairy, if I only had a brain. Thank you. And by the way, the part of the Scarecrow, Ray Bulger. That's right. Now, the Lion who wanted courage, because what did they call him? The Cowardly Lion, right? Yeah. He didn't want to be a cowardly lion. He wanted to be a brave lion. So he was going to ask the Wizard for courage. And he has a couple of songs, but here's one that I like. This is Bert Lahr as the Lion. If I were king of the forest, not queen, not duke, not prince, my regal robes of the forest would be satin, not cotton, not chintz. I command everything, be it fish or fowl, with a ruff and a ruff and a royal growl. As I clicked my heels, all the trees would kneel, and the sparrows would take wing. If I were a king. Bert Lahr as the Cowardly Lion. have a song that I want to play for you. It is a good song, but it is not from a regular movie. It's from a cartoon, okay? A Walt Disney cartoon. See if you can tell me what the song is. Listen. Anything your heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dream, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. You're right, it was Jiminy Cricket. Oh, I'm so, who said that? Who said that? Yes, you are that was right, it was Jiminy Cricket. And when I do the song, I always have to remind the audience that Pinocchio doesn't sing the song, another character, Jiminy Cricket sings the song. So, also true story. So, one time, I was doing the song and I said, who sings the song? It's not Pinocchio, it's his friend, you know? So the correct answer is Jiminy Cricket. So this man says, this know-it-all man in my audience raises his hand. He says, well, I don't remember his name, but I'm pretty sure it was a cockroach. Isn't that great? Jiminy Cricket. Let's see, what else have we got for you? Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. I'm singing, just singing in the rain. Singing in the Rain, performed by who, incidentally, do you know?
Gene Kelly.
Gene Kelly, that's right, good for you.
We can get it up.
Gene Kelly is right. All right, last movie. I'll just say this is a good song. It is from a very romantic movie from the 1940s when they had those good black and white pictures of all the big stars. See if you know this song. The fundamental things apply. When two lovers woo, they still say what? On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by. So as time goes by, and what was the movie? Casablanca, or Casablanca, depending on your pronunciation. And the main guy, who was the main guy? Humphrey Bogart. The pretty girl, Ingrid Bergman. Now, in this picture, Humphrey Bogart's in love with Ingrid Bergman, and she's in love with him. But there's a problem. What's the problem? She's married. So Humphrey Bogart, being a good man, says, no, even though I love you and you love me, you must go back to your husband, you know? And my thought about that is, you know, that movie was made back in the 1940s. You know, that's the way they did it in those days. But I wonder, if the movie was made today in 2020, and the lady said, "Oh, I'm already married," the man might say, "So what?" But anyway, in those days, he says, "Oh, you must go back to your husband." In fact, there's one scene where Humphrey Bogart says to Ingrid Bergman like this: "Now listen here, sweetheart. If you don't get on that plane with Laszlo," that's her husband, Laszlo, "you're going to regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, and for the rest of your life." Moonlight love songs, never out of date. Hearts full of passion, what else?
Jealousy and hate.
Woman needs man, and man must have his mate. That no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. Here's looking at you, kid. Well, that's our show for tonight.